May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, the rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand.
And at this time, we've got a special blessing for each one of the grandkids. So I'm going to call you guys up here. You can, probably the best way would be right here. Oh, maybe.
She's trying to.
Okay, I'll move over here.
When can the adopted grandkids be talked about? After the real grandkids, when can the adopted grandkids be talked about?
Oh, there's gonna be a time that they can.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Gage is not here. He's in Japan, but we're gonna honor Gage too, just because he's part of the family. So Ashton, Nicholas, Isabel, Kaylin, Savannah, James, Ellie, Porter, Harvey. You guys can all come up here.
Do not drop them for them.
I know, there is so many of them. Actually, today. James. Ellie. Porter. We wanted to give you guys a little piece of Uncle, so that wherever you are, so is he. So these are little tiny keepsake urns that have a small little bit of his ashes in it, so that you guys can carry him wherever you go. So for each of you, I pray that you hold these little keepsake urns here, because someone you love is in heaven, and now there will be a little piece of heaven here on earth with you. There you go.
Now we have a scripture reading. So we fix our eyes, not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. 2 Corinthians 4:18.
I'll repeat a little bit of what Ian said earlier, but that's okay, because we didn't write it together. I just wanted to say thank you everyone for being here today, and although it saddens me for the reasons we're all gathered, Steve, AKA Uncle, AKA Grunkle, would have been having the time of his life, sitting right here with a martini in his hand and telling us to laugh and not cry. He would have been elated that we all got together for happy hour to honor him. What do you say about someone that brought light into a family that needed it so desperately? To give you a little backstory, if you don't know, but I'll keep it short. Uncle was living in his apartment in Philly and was without power and lit a candle and fell asleep. The apartment caught on fire, but by God's miracle, he survived. He told his story to a complete stranger one day while he was riding on the train, and she turned and looked at him and said, "Well, why do you think God spared your life?" He asked himself this many times and talked about this during our conversations. Often we walk through life unaware of our purpose until the journey is over. Only then do we realize the desert that we had walked through. When Mom lost Greg 3 years ago, Uncle stepped up to help pick up the pieces for Mom and for the rest of us. It wasn't until then that we each get the opportunity to really know him. He would come down from Philadelphia a couple times a year and stayed for several months, especially in the summer months, so he could go to the pool. This is where summer residence house came from. During these times is when it brought our family back together. He brought laughter to our home. He gave each of us so many incredible and special memories. For each one of us, he brought us out of a difficult place. And each in our own journey was able to understand and listen to what we were going through and gave us light and hope for a new day. Uncle, I owe you a million thank yous. Thank you for talking sense into me during times I needed it. Thank you for teaching me how to host a proper dinner party, 7 courses and all, and teaching me about intermiso. Thank you for the very late night talks, for never judging me when I absolutely deserve to be judged. For the midday cocktails that we always tried to hide from Mom. It's just V8 juice. But as soon as she would walk out the room, I'd grab the vodka and do a quick heavy pour in his glass. Thank you even more for the cocktails we had on your sofa chairs in the bedroom that I designed for you. We would stay out talking until the wee hours of the night, or I guess you could say morning, at which time Mom would call us and tell us we were being too loud, that we needed to go to bed. We would quiet down for a minute and then look at each other and say, "Just one." And then we'll go to bed. Nevertheless, we'd get another call, Mom screaming in the phone that we woke her up again. Only then would we finally quiet down and go to bed. What I'd give for just one more night like that, regardless of how irate Mom would get. Sorry, Mom. So I will hold dear and cherish every single moment we got to share together. Thank you for the living piece of you that I get to carry with me every single day with martinis. She's brought peace and joy to me in a way that words cannot explain. And she brings comfort to me, especially in the times when I miss you so badly. I'll take good care of your baby for you as long as she's here on earth with me. And until she's reunited with you. Uncle, I leave you with this. Tan fat looks better than white fat. Save your calories for cocktails. And stay value-driven. Go rest high on that mountain, for your work here on earth is done. And in Matthew 25:21 says, "Well done, good and faithful servant." Uncle, you did serve us well. And for all of you, friends and family, Luke 1:37 says, "For with God nothing shall be impossible." If we as a family and friends can put our trust in God, we can and will get through anything. While on the ride called life, you have to take the good with the bad. You have to smile when you're sad. Love what you've got and remember what you had. Always forgive, but never forget. Learn from your mistakes, but never regret. Uncle never lived to please others, but he lived an extraordinary life to the fullest. People change and things go wrong, but just remember the ride goes on. I'll love you always, Uncle. I'll stay stay missing you, but until we meet again, I'll raise a glass for you. Cheers, because it's always happy out here. All right, Kathy, it's all you.
Have you showed?
Dang it. This is not working out how I planned. I know. There you go.
And now it is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, from which I'm certain. He lived a life that's full. He traveled each and every highway and more, much more than this. He did it his way. Regrets, he had a few, but then again, too few to mention. He did what he had to do. He saw it through without exemption. He planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this. He did it his way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when he bit off more than he could chew. But through it all, when there were doubt, he ate it up, he spit it out, he faced it all, and he stood tall. He did it his way. He loved, he laughed, he cried. He had his fill, his share of losing. And now, as tears subside, he found it all so amusing to think he did all that, and may he say, not in a shy way, oh no, not him. He did it his way. What is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the words he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The records show he took the blood and did it his way. Yes, he does his
Bravo.
And he really did do it his way. Thank you, Kathy. At this time, we would just, you don't have to come up here if you want to just stand, because I know it's kind of hard to move, but if you wanted to just share something special or a fun memory, or, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, just stand up.
Hi.
It's kind of open floor at this point, so.
I'm the twin mom. I don't know if you guys have heard about Gideon and Brennan, but when we were first at the pool, I watched him and he was playing with them and that bothered me. But then I watched him and I saw how much he loved them. And then I became a part of that because we were on two sides of the pool. And then, you know, he showed me that he was doing everything for them. It's like my snacks were not good enough. You know, I mean, let's be honest. You know, if Mr. Steven had the same snacks as I did, they were better. And so it was that, and it was different spoons and different straws. And as I say, we came in COVID, and then when Miss Sherry and them went on a cruise, they bought them stuff, and then like this year, we didn't get to share that with him. You know, he bought them some stuff to use at the pool this year, and we didn't get to do that because of COVID. And that makes me sad because he didn't get to be a part of that. But you know, next year we'll do that, and then Miss Sherry, and as we say, you know, Grandma Sherry and Grandpa Jill will be able to be a part of that. But we'll have to make him special, and then as I said, Jimmy hears is upset because he said when he found out that Mr. Steven died, he was upset. And I just love that they brought us into their family and made us, you know, a part of their life. Because my twins, even though they're crazy, you know, at the pool, and they're super going after everybody, you know, you guys who have ever had twins, they are crazy, and they attack each other, but Mr. Steven was very special to us, and we love him. And that's why he's a part of our family, and I hope, you know, everybody else realizes that they're special to us.
Okay, anybody else like to share a special memory?
Can I share one?
Sure.
Well, I do have a couple, I'll just do one of them. I remember those times when he would be in the kitchen, and I would always go up there. Or the times when Nick was around as well. We would always joke around and play some interesting songs, and we would laugh and have a great time as well. And I remember the name he used to call me. He would always say, "Kutcher." Over and over, and he was amazing. And this is it.
Ellie? Yeah, he took you to the pool. He watched you for a whole summer, 3 days a week.
Business card.
Hi, how's something?
Sure.
I was Uncle's little burrito. That's what I named it out.
Tell the story of why.
And where I got that name from was because one time we were at the pool, I was having kind of a bad day, alright? I got like an hour of sleep, and I had sunscreen in my eye, it was hot, I wanted to go home. So he said, "I'm not going home, I'm not paying $8 for you taking Uber all the way home, when we're just gonna be leaving here in the next 2 hours or so." So I went and wrapped myself up in a towel and started crying, and he said, "Oh, you look like a little burrito." And then it's just stuck ever since.
I'd like to share
Little
something
burrito.
too.
And then Nick did swimming.
And then
And
I
then he
was,
was on the swim team, then he was Little Burrito Phelps.
Little burrito.
And then the time that Nick cooked dinner and wore the red, there's a picture of him with a red chef hat on over on one of the boards somewhere. And then he became Little Burrito Chef. So,
Anybody else?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. Go ahead.
So, to him, I was the English muffin because I would cook a bunch of English muffin pieces. That name fit me perfectly.
So I remember, I think we were at the DMV because like grandma was doing something, and I was stuck in the car with Drunkle, Alvin, and Kaylin, and he decided to play the stereo, and we listened to this one song. I do not remember the name, but it just became like a running joke between us four. Wait, 5. I can't count. And it's just like a funny little like joke that we would like sometimes play the song and just like sing like this like one lyric that because we were kidding itself, I think. It sucks I don't remember the song. It's like, and then like he used to call me Betty because of my eyes. It reminded him of Betty Davis, I believe.
And you don't even know who Betty Davis
Betty
is?
Who is Betty Davis?
what a dope.
Stan had names for all of the kids. Every kid, all the grandkids had, it wasn't just their name. It was, you know, burrito and, what was yours? Little
Rockstar.
And what was yours, Tammy? Little Yardstick.
She was Yardstick, little Yardstick. Savannah was Rockstar.
Ashton was
And
Ashton
October
Kutcher.
was always September, November,
Or December.
or December.
And then the Cornell kids showed up, and then now you have to make up new things.
Harvey
With
was
the twins.
Harvey Wallbanger.
Yep.
JT was James Brown. What were you, Kaylin?
Tootie.
Tootie.
Judy, she always had an
She
attitude.
was Tootie because she always had an attitude. And she always like flung her hair back. So we called her Tootie because she had an attitude. Ellie was always Kirstie Alley. Ashton was Kutcher. Porter was Cole Porter.
Grandma, you can't forget the most important one.
Or his next name,
Yes,
Porter Pop.
and I was Cheesy Poo.
Also, Justin,
Justin was Davey.
Jesse was Damien.
Justin was Davey.
Justin was Damien.
Justin the day he was born.
Wait a minute, what were you?
I was Cheesy Poo.
Cheesy Poo. Oh, I love
Cheesy
that.
Poo. And I don't even know how I got Cheesy Poo.
I know.
But
He told me, but I forgot.
Do you like cheese?
I don't know. I don't even know. But,
Do you know puffs?
but I will tell you a quick story. We went to the beach one time. And yeah. So we went to the beach, and we always went to, my mom and dad always went the third week in June. They always went, and they always had the same condo every year. So I went one year, Steve went, you know, and so we always went, yeah, Ian and Brittany were just young. We always went, my mom and dad always went, wherever dinner was, you know, like the early bird special. So you go at 4 o'clock in the afternoon to get the early bird special, because you could get the same meal that was at 6 o'clock, but you could get it for $5 or $10 cheaper. So we went to this one place that was called Windows on the Bay in Ocean City, which is no longer there. They've now torn it down to build condos. And after dinner, he said to me, if I buy you a drink, will you drink it? And I said, sure, I'm game for anything. Well, it was Remy Stingers. Remy Stingers is a shot of Remy Cognac and a shot of peppermint schnapps. So it's 2 shots of alcohol. And for anybody that knows me, I can't handle my liquor.
Nope.
So 8.5 Remy Stingers later, which was 17 shots of alcohol, we left the restaurant. I thought this was on a Monday night. I was still sick on Thursday. I got through that and everything, you know, that's when I was married to Greg, and we went out on the beach, and it was
I remember following you.
It was horrible. They followed me because they thought I was going to fall in the ocean.
4 hours. We were sitting in the restaurant for 4 hours.
And so the next year, we went back. Well, he didn't come back because that was the year that he happened to, when it was the start of all of his health problems, he ended up developing pneumonia, and he was in the hospital. And that was before cell phones and stuff like that, so we couldn't get a hold of him. We didn't know what was going on. And so we went to the restaurant on a Monday night. Happened to have the same young waiter. Now, you know, you go to the beach, you know, these waiters see thousands of people walk into the restaurant. We walked into the restaurant and we sit down, and he came around to take our order, and he's looking, and he said, one of you are missing. Who is missing? So, and then when he came around to take our drink orders, he said to me, he said, ma'am, he says, are we having Remy Stingers today? No. I've only ever had one Remy Stinger since then, and I didn't even drink it. So, it was just, you know, Stephen was just a fun guy. He was fun to be around. Maureen actually came to stay with me a couple months ago. She was here for a couple weeks, and we were gone. We were on our honeymoon. And her and Steve had dinner together, and, you know, so she really got to know him in those couple weeks that she was here.
And I love that when y'all went on your cruise, that he took Spider-Man.
Yes.
Who was one of the
Yes.
things that the twins were playing with at the pool, and he basically made pictures of Spider-Man doing different things.
We took Spider-Man along, and I took, that was Stephen's dream trip. He always wanted to go on a big trip. So when we decided, okay, well, we're going to go to Alaska. So I took him on a cruise to Alaska, and he thought that he had died and gone to heaven. A couple weeks before the cruise, Myra called us frantic on a Friday, couldn't get a hold of us. She says, I can upgrade your cabin for $75. Do you want it? And it was like, yeah, we want it. So she got us upgraded to a suite. Well, he just thought that that was just the best. And he did the little, the little thing, and we made pictures along the way and sent it to the boys.
Everyone out in the
The
red.
twins loved seeing all the, Superman being in different parts of that, so it was great.
I remember doing the rednecks and coming, and he dressed better than most of the women.
Yeah. Yeah, it's honorary right now. Well, and that was funny because we were supposed to go on a cruise last October, and then it got canceled because of the corona. Well, it ended up that Stephen and I were going on that cruise. Well, then I married Jim, and Jim came along. Well, we had got the royal suite, and he was so looking forward to that because he thought he was going to be treated royally because he had the royal suite. Well, then Jim came along, and Jim says, well, Steve says, I don't care. He said, bring Jim along. He says, I'll sleep on the sofa, and you guys can have the bedroom. And I thought, okay, well, that was nice. But he just, and it never happened. So that was one thing that I'm very sad about, that he never got to go on a cruise. But he loved the Alaska cruise. Jim and I are supposed to go to Greece next year. So as an honorary thing, we're taking Flat Stephen, which it was really funny because Greg's dream was to go to Alaska, so we took Flat Greg along. So when we go to Greece next year, we're taking Flat Stephen.
I'll say something.
Oh, wait, yes, we take pictures. If you look, there's some photo albums over there from Alaska. So if you look at the photo albums, throughout the album, you'll see pictures of Flat Greg that we've done throughout the cruise.
Grandma,
What?
yeah. And I remember this one time, I can't exactly remember what was going on. I think that it was just like all like you adults, it was like you, like Brittany, a couple adults, and like I had played like butler or like waitress or whatever. Like I brought Freckle a napkin, and then he just started like, oh, you're my little butler waitress. So I was just like the waitress for the night.
Yes, Harvey.
So I had these two nightstands. So me and my mom and my dad and Porter and Ellie and James and me were there. So and then me and James were in this exit door. Then the bad guy was in there. Then he was down, and then I opened the exit door. It was dark and
Okay, thank you, Harvey.
So anybody else, Tammy?
One of my favorite jokes of Steve's was how he would flex his arm and say, check out his muscle, and then he would jerk his arm away and say, that's enough. That was my favorite joke of his. And I will always remember him for that.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
So, let's, I think at this point, we're just gonna close and we'll fellowship, eat some good food, have some drinks. And so we'd love to hear more about memories and special times that you have with Oh, and then on the inside of the dining room right there, there's a little telephone table and it's got a memory book. If you just want to jot down a fun memory that you have with him, we'd love to just have that as a keepsake for us as the family. And sign the guest book on that table in there in the foyer. So if we can all just join in and sing just Amazing Grace real quick, then I'll close this out and then we'll go get some grub. Yeah?
So we can eat.
Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch Takes me back to my Lutheran days.
Oh, yeah.
So just wanted to, close out with, Tammy's her favorite little joke or whatever, but he had several mottos in life. And I will say that life will not be the same without him. But just remember to throw it out, because that's enough. And you're the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. So, thank you guys. Let's eat, let's drink, let's be merry. Let me get a picture of the table before anybody comes up here.
Hey, don't touch it yet. Grandma wants to take a picture.
I'll take care of mine. Not minding anybody.
I told Caleb to stop. Sammy, it's only dirty socks earlier.
Walked over to the table.
Oh, I put down my bag.
Alright, look for the phone.
Yeah, it's on the floor, it's here next to the chair. It's next to my
Gideon and Brennan should be over there, okay? That's all I know about.
Oh, we have a line?
No. It's open.
We should be able to go over there.
Nope.
Leaning on the bathroom, like, is he alone?
Leaning on the wall.
Gideon and Brennan's mom.
Okay, we can put these out in the garage. I just put it here in case anybody wanted to sit.
I'll follow you.
No, go ahead.
Oh, you're not
I
going?
was just trying not to block the camera.
Oh.
What?
Your me and Savannah's,
Oh, wait, Michael, there's one more over there that has our name on top of it. Can you give me that? I'll just take all three upstairs. What's in it? Yes. Oh my God.
Thanks, man.
And I'm the twins mom and I'm not moving. It's like, when the twins do something, I'm gonna do it later.
I had a party and
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. When you bring in Monica? Yeah, right, yeah. She didn't respond to see if I could yet, so I asked her. Okay. Tracy, yes, she did. Okay, she said, yeah, she said, no. Yeah, she said, I know where it is. She would have. I know. The restaurant. And she just said, okay, for her soon. I was looking for the best opportunity. It must be. Yeah.
So what happened to
Is this him when he was younger?
Yep.
She wasn't feeling well.
got a migraine?
That was his graduation picture.
Is that, I knew it was going. Is there a picture?
What's going on?
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that we need to bring the oh, and there's 10 more of them over there. Just drop that chair around, that little white chair.
Oh, it might be on this one over here.
Oh, okay. So how long were they together?
A long time. Louise died, he had, something wrong with his esophagus, and the doctor told him, he was a big drinker, he drank whiskey, like straight, and he told him, the doctor told him to stop drinking, and his esophagus exploded one time, he wouldn't quit drinking. Between the drinking and the hot sauce, he was like Mexican,
just like
between the Mexican, between that.
Oh, no. Try to Virginia out with the rocks.
Yeah, that's what I
Ian, why don't you set it, Ian, right here. Set it right here on this table. Right here. Just kinda, yeah, there you go. So, hey, Brittany. I don't have a picture of Tom Cruise, but I do have a picture of Luis Williams. There show me a picture of Luis on here.
Is everybody?
Because I don't know where it is.
You said he's Hispanic?
He was, yeah, like Hispanic. Yeah.
God, this picture every time cracks me up.
I know, I saw that.
I'm like, that's so him.
That's where on the cruise, the only thing you get to I said, my first time I realized how much he loved food. And every time we went to dinner, he's like this Great American Stations. I offered him some of my mushrooms.
Him and I did. I did it for
With the food.
I know it's on this board, and I know it's on this board, because this one's just sitting down. Chronicles.
I guess we don't have one of him, and it's a list together. Is it on that one?
Is it on the one in? No. Where I thought it was. I don't know. We went through so many pictures. He's died oh yeah, before Steve Nick was only a baby, because I had that I know, you're probably sitting on the Yeah. That's why. her up there.
That's perfect.
Excuse me.
He produces his own music, and he records his own. 17
Now, actually, I need to ask you, they're all there's a crowd, ask Stephanie right here. It's just the crowd there, because there's ham and the biscuit sliders. So I think that the crowd dip is the only thing, but double check with her. This was the whole Monday night crew. This was Valentine's Day, and he dressed as Hugh Hefner. This was the tea that I had. Okay. Jim was here, he and Steve.
I am doing fine. How are you doing, dear? Hanging in there. Good.
I tried to find pictures
I love the
of
purple.
everybody that won.
All right, we're gonna dance around you here. There's a line going down.
Oh, well, all right.
It's date to the wedding. Did you see this one? Savannah was giving him a haircut.
Jim, that's lovely. A mashed potato bowl.
Sweetheart, they are looking for, no. I'm gonna sit over there, it's my eating arm.
Oh, did you just help yourself? She did. Good job.
I just made a mess and I'm not gonna tell Sherry. The twin mom, I know. Everybody said, I'm like, yeah, if I do something wrong.
I need to get my food. But,
I just heard him. Yeah, it's like if the twins do something wrong, I'm like, no, it's me. Okay.
You know, when I was young, I had identical twins. They were so identical, their mother couldn't tell them apart. So, you know, they came to my classroom, and I looked at it and I said, I'm not gonna tell them all here what's going on. They said, you'll figure it out, you're young teacher, and one of our things is, you know, observation and close analysis. Well, the next day they came in and I was watching and thinking about it. At the end of the class period, I said, I think I have it. And they came up to me and said, so how are we different? I said, you sat on opposite sides of an aisle. One of you's right-handed and the other's left-handed. They said, that's right. They were what they call mirror image twins. you looked in the mirror, you know, their right and left hands were identical. I had never heard that before.
I have a son who has, he's been doing advanced math since he's been 6th grade. 8th grade, we become hybrid, and then failed this past year, yeah. Because algebra, teaching it hybrid, he just can't get it. I mean, he was, yeah, he was 6th grade advanced math, 7th grade algebra, 8th grade geometry. And then he is, I'm a high school English teacher. With, English. And it's been crazy. I think anybody who was taught this year that anything with virtual, we guys need to really. Yeah, my 8th grade son is taking geometry. Right. And yeah, and is failing because he's having a hard time getting the Stafford Middle School just started.
In the class.
Yes. And he is our third guy.
Grade is my second favorite. Then you get into algebra. This is memorizing the theory. They make sense to there are 135 theories. If you don't memorize them, you're sunk right away. It's like driving a car and looking on the side of what's going on.
As a visual, as a teacher, that's a lot for a kid. As I say, 5th grade, he has been
I'm not talking about is he not learning algebra virtually because he's not a visual learner? He's like, when you give him directions to go faster, and you tell him Elm Street, turn left at Cherry Street, walk 30 miles, or you say, look at the pink house, go until you see the yard that has a fence. How do you describe it?
He's my brain, as I say, I call him a teacher calling, and they get
I just feel principally a lot more support.
sorry, but I can't. In 9th grade.
Okay, my 9th grade and grade,
And I teach,
people separate themselves into symbolically, which is very good
You're not getting dessert.
What's on it?
You have time, that time. I don't know where those chairs from, but I really scared. I was standing in the back. Yeah, no way, no way, sit down. No, eat first. No rush. Hold on, I can't
It's literally like a square Tupperware dish. It's small. You can grab cigarettes.
Gated people who learn science, sidewalk and literally laid out drinking around.
Thank you.
Brenda, the national Brenda. She
Sit
said
down.
that. Are you all eating?
She's saying,
And, I said, no, she said,
I love that
she
red.
said, what did you attribute that to in my house when it just rolled out of the we were all sitting there.
Between the science and geometry, she was sitting there.
It's the same thing when we're working on the test, but I still fail the test. That's the A's or more.
No, wait a minute. Show me a homework problem and show me a test problem. I'm ready.
I can't access.
Show me a homework problem. Are they asking in a different way? Are they asking for the picture? Is it a fill in the blank?
Should I give some good advice for your son?
Yeah, because, but you know what, actually, that's fine. If the nocturnes are
I
too, but you know what? That's right.
It's also
Yeah.
It's like
I love actors.
our whole class acting.
Won't you all around
That's
English?
the class percentage of kids get all together.
Yeah, if you teach, guess what's on the teacher?
We just assigned homework and notes, and then he expects us to be good on it.
I'm not out. And stupid analogy. Last year, so each kid was probably this.
And I say, I'm in But yeah, and it made me, it's crazy.
I think it's gonna match both Sherry, what's your zip code?
I know.
What?
that board is up too.
She gets about halfway down, and then she falls. She rolls halfway down.
Okay, there you go.
I'm just
It's
What just happened to me? And she did it the other day, Brittany was standing there.
You're able to get
What I want.
And he's not testing you on what you're doing. Different between the test and your
But me and my friend came out and I'm pretty sure that's because I was looking up the effects of Wait.
When he kind of starts like, leave me alone. I mean, and because
Sit out there by yourself?
5:50 now. No, 5:50. You can't leave. Yeah, so he demands things like, because that is
And then Friday morning, I work.